Welcome to the AW Services YouTube channel. Welcome back to this particular beacon. This is an ELECTRAQUIP 12 and 24 volt amber clear lens R65 single bolt-on beacon. I purchased this 3 years ago. I will link the previous video to this in the description of this video. To find that, look at the video as you see it on YouTube. Below it will say more. Click on that, that will expand, and that shows you all the additional information that I've provided to accompany this video. So going back to this, I purchased this 3 years ago. Overall, the beacon itself, I'm very impressed. The lens hasn't discolored. There is very little UV degradation in the actual top of the polycarbonate lens dome. There isn't any problems with inherent moisture or water leaking into it, so that's done really well. The only thing that has really disappointed me is, just going back, I paid just over £80 for that, and that was from Beacons and Light Bars. I've used them for a lot of my beacons and my warning lights on my vehicle. They're a very good company to deal with, very quick to ship things out and have a lot of stock and availability. So putting that to one side, so I had this mounted on my roof bar. So the roof bars on my vehicle are a Rhino Delta, sorry, is it a Rhino Delta bar? So it's a Rhino Delta roof rack, or bars, sorry. I purchased this separately, this bracket. It is made specifically for Rhino. I don't know who made this for Rhino, which engineering company made them. I don't know whether it was made in the UK or made in China or in a foreign country, but this particular bracket alone, which I paid about £40 to £50 for, has been fantastic. It is powder coated. There is a small bit of rust contamination on the tabs there from where the so-called A2 stainless steel bolts that held my two LED work lights on had rotted and caused a bit of cross-contamination and surface rust there. But that bracket has been absolutely fantastic. That bolts onto the roof rack, and this beacon being a single bolt beacon, the wire passes through there along with the nut. The nut I've taken off with the washer. I've got that soaking in 80% white vinegar to clean it up and take any decontamination out of the metal. I'll clean that up and I'll do a bit of preparation work and restore that. But this is the main gripe. This is my real upset, really. 3-year-old beacon. This bracket, let's be frank, it's shit. This beacon attaches to the underside. It comes installed from the factory like that with self-tapping screws in there, which bolts into the bottom of the beacon, and the wire passes through. But the quality of this metal, this was going onto that. That then in turn with the beacon bolts onto the bracket like so. So there's zero contamination from that to cause this to rust. And this is rusted just from atmospherics, rain, weather, humidity, ice, maybe a little bit of road salt in the winter, but we don't really get any frosts here, or snow, so there's been very little salt on the roads. So over 3 years and time, that has just rusted basically. And I strive for perfection. I like things to be in a good condition. I look after my vehicle, I clean it, I maintain it. I like things to be perfect. But that is just, it's just upset, you know. I paid nearly over £80 for a beacon, and you get that, and that looks like it should be 8 to 10 years old, but it's only 3 years old. I am going to contact Beacons and Light Bars, because this is an ELECTRAQUIP beacon. The same model number now shows on as LED Autolamps, but I'm going to see if I can purchase one of these separately. I can't imagine it's any more than 20 quid. I'd rather purchase a brand new replacement one, or go and speak to some of the small local independent metal fabricators around here and see whether they can press break one of these out of some 3 to 4 mil aluminium, or either stainless steel 304 stainless. But that's the only letdown and gripe really. You know, when that's bolted on there, it just doesn't look very nice, and it's dripped like rusty water residue onto my roof, but it's only stained it. I managed to get that off with a very worn out green scouring pad just to remove it, but that goes on there and goes like so.